Now, our ongoing projects here at the shop include making up some more cowls for John for his B25 project, and we've basically been making one either every day or every other day. I've been working on this pipe because this is a custom, one of a kind, and I want to dress this off today. Put a final, maybe a final coat of resin on this. And it looks like the upcoming weekend is going to be great for flying, so my motive is to get as much of the shop work done as I can. I have the last, not the last, but another cowl in there to pull apart. Each one's getting a little bit nicer, and we want to see, I want John to have plenty of a choice when he goes to actually make the model. We're expecting to get some more test material from Elliott Scott to make more spinners, and I think that's coming. And today Elliott sent a box full of engines. Let's see what we got here. We got a rear exhaust header, a 67, I think this is 67. He wants me to set this up, test it in my plane. He didn't leave a note in there what he wanted me to do, so okay, so we'll take a look at this. Oh, and he's got a Jetfire. We already got one Jetfire, so this will be the second one, and what we can do is incorporate all of the stuff we learned on the first one so far. This looks like a little honey of an engine, by the way. It's a 61 light case. And as we get more and more time on these, we'll build a little database, both muffled and on. But again, I have to hear from Elliott. I have to see exactly what he, well, we're going to find out. Extra needle valve. We're not going to work on that today. Possibly over the weekend we'll get to work on that, and I think maybe we could bring the test stand to the field. The problem is with breaking in engines right now, we really, at this time of year, all the neighbors are out in their yard raking and cleaning, and I don't want to be the bad guy here. The same reason I don't want to have, you know, anything that disturbs the neighborhood this time of year is everybody's outside. And our article is almost finished. We've been taking pictures and writing an article for Control Line World on how this mold worked out. Again, just to confirm that what we do want to do is bring this out to Brodax, maybe do a little demo, or in the best of all world, maybe get one of the guys at Brodax, just to show how easy it is to do this, one of the other guys to just lay up a part. And I'd say right now, the way this part is releasing, we've got the mold broken into the point where it's just about as easy as it gets. And we can pretty much run one of these at will. Oh, this is one of the nicer ones. And again, what I try to do each day is prep the mold up, get it all cleaned up, get all my cloth and everything cut. And these are really nice. In fact, this one is the nicest one of all. This one has no defects. Wow, well, these little defects, you just put Aeropoxy Light. Some people like to put spackle in them. And if you had a compression mold, or you could suck the vacuum out, you wouldn't have these little bubbles, but they're no problem. You got to put a finish on this anyway. So far, these are coming out great. Now, a typical thing that happens whenever you're doing multiple parts, some come out just a little bit nicer, some have some little defects. Again, Aeropoxy Light, even Bondo. I've even filled little tiny things with thin CA. But imagine now if you had to carve these blocks. If somebody handed you, in this case it would be a 5-inch square block and a knife, and they said, make me 6 cowls. Be a lot of work. A much better way, and the way that I've always found to work well for me, is to make a rubber mold. So easy. And this Control Line World article, John Pothier's editing it down now, and we've got some real nice photos every step along the way. What we've wound up using is just ordinary masking tape just to hold this in place. In fact, I don't even take the old tape off. Reason for that is it just sticks better than to the can, which I think has a little bit of, I don't know what would, fingerprints or whatever grease is on there from working on other projects around here. Now, and there's no point making, I love to do this on video. I like to just show the parts. It's almost like one of these magic tricks. See, what I always do, prep up the material all cut. I always have my strands ready. And then just like magic, you turn the video camera back on and a part is made. That's the part I love about molding anything. It's very quick. Oil never gets absorbed into it. Very easy to put a finish on, among other things, and if done right, usually lighter or at least no heavier than its comparable wooden part. That's why we love molding. Now what I wanted to do here is just grind this down, and I found out that this tool that John Pothier made up for me is probably the best for getting this a nice even cut on the JB weld. And then we're going to put one final coat of resin on everything. That looks like close. I'll do a little hand sanding on that. I want the whole pipe to be rough, and then put one more coat of resin on everything. That'll be one of our custom parts for the tribute. Now this may not even be the last coat, because again, we made this part was with a test part with some very light material, and I'm not sure. You know, and I was thinking, rather than even putting this in a brand new plane, this would be a candidate for testing in an older plane and get, you know, well, some amount of flights. That would be a subjective number. The material has I guess a different look. I thought it was going to look black and white, similar to the Kevlar. I have some stuff that's half Kevlar and half carbon, and it had a really cool look until you put resin on it, and then it kind of mutes into, I don't know, into something that doesn't exactly look like what I thought it would. Now, even with the extra coat of resin, the pipe is not quite what I call our standard pipe, the pipe that's made with the material and either 2 or 3 coats of resin, depending on what the customer wants. If they want that ultra super light pipe, they've got to take into account the possibility that life expectancy would be shorter, maybe only a couple of years instead of infinite. But some people are, just like anything else, some people are willing to do that. Some people, of course, are not. Now, this last coat of resin actually is starting to look okay. We'll put this aside to dry. It's got to get post-cured if we're happy with it. The next step will be the post-cure oven. I wanted to get the resin off of the aluminum. It just never seems to really look good when it's on the aluminum. And in the past, we've made custom pipes for many people. Kurt Mullinex, we made some special ones. And we'll see when this, you know, the issue is once this actually dries, what that material is going to look like. Yeah, it does look a little different. If you hold them side by side, you can see which is which, but again, it's always nice in my book. I'm always entertained by being able to, at least in this case, AP Technologies is very happy to send us samples, because we buy a lot of stuff from them, that's why. We're on their Fortune 500 list, I'm sure. Anyway, does have to dry, and it's got to be post-cured, and then we'll be back. Actually, we could run this on Elliot's motor if he wants me. I'll have to ask him if he wants me to. We'll see if it holds up. Now this is a tip I'm not sure many people can use, but if you have a shop and you're always vacuuming dust up and things like I am, what happens is we have in this house, we have 4 vacuum cleaners. And I on purpose, I bought this little one just to get underneath things, but I have 4 of the bigger dirt, they call them dirt devils, and I'm going to get another one. Because what I do is I keep the oldest one out in the garage or in the shop, the newer one on one floor of the house, and the other one on the top floor of the house, and I have one up by the train room. So I'm not constantly carrying them up and down, and what we found out is there's a store here locally that they discount these things when, and here's what happens, is when a new model comes out, and they just came out with a new model, Dust Devil or whatever, Dirt Devil, they put all the old ones on sale for I'm guessing, half price. Now we paid $29 and $19 for this one. So that was a great deal, and even though these are out-of-date models, well, for a shop, you don't need up-to-date stuff. And this place, we go Harbor Freight. They always have some incredible buys on stuff. In fact, we're going to go there later today or tomorrow because I have a list of stuff I want to get for both for the garage and for down here. But because of Karen's asthma and her other breathing issues, I'm very conscious, and I wear vacuum cleaners out. I used to throw hundreds of bags away. I'm constantly vacuuming. And I'd physically wear the things out. I was using them like a taxi cab. But when you see them on sale, and they're last year's model, believe me, and Lowe's has them on sale once in a while too. For like let's say their real price is $69, and they sell them for $39 or something like that. Anyway, just thought I'd mention that because I know a lot of people have breathing issues at my age and Karen's age. Everything we could do to make our life a little easier is better. And I made it easier by putting one vacuum cleaner on each. We have a 4-story house. Each floor of the house has its own vacuum cleaner. And the oldest one always migrates to the cellar. In this case, now that we have a carpeted garage, it goes outside to the garage. And then the newest one always comes down as we do it, 1 floor at a time. And then I don't have to break my back carrying these things up and down the stairs. One little tip. Not sure how useful it is. I know, I just said this afternoon. We went out shopping. Look at this. Another Dust Devil. Now I realized why these were so cheap. They're remanufactured. But you know, the truth is, the way I use them like a taxi cab, it doesn't even matter at all. And they're still almost 2 for the price of 1. And when you need one for your garage and one on every floor of the house, it's an unbelievably good buy. Never had one break yet. Whoa, we woke up this morning. Summer is truly here. It's supposed to be 80 degrees for the next 3 or 4 days. And I can tell, see, there's one true test. The fish are starting to eat regularly every morning. And once the fish start eating and these trees start budding, we're going to have some nice flying time in the next 2 or 3 days. Joe Adamusco is going to try to get up here. Billy's going to try to get some time off. And so far it doesn't even look like the breeze is up, but we're going to try to fill our day with shop work and free up the next 2 or 3 days for some, I hope, some enjoyable flying and maybe even a ride on a new R1, one or the other. See, what's good is if the trees start blowing, we'll come home and go for a motorcycle ride. It's the best of all worlds. We're covered for everything except rain and snow. Now actually, whenever I have a day, and this is, I guess, useful information, anytime I have a day where I have a lot of shop work, I try to get all of the molding stuff done first, anything that's going to have to dry, so that what happens is the next morning, it's ready to be pulled from the mold or worked on or whatever. Now in this case, this is the part we made yesterday, and it should be ready. And I keep saying it like it's a, you know, it's something that when you carve balsa blocks, you don't get to do one really every day. That's just the way it is. And I wanted to emphasize again, this mold has worked perfectly. So far, we have been able to pull parts from this. Now, I've got 6 of these, and I think I'll get John started with 6, but if he needs more, because I don't want to hold these up any longer than I have to either. And we can always make more, and we're going to hopefully make up a nice demo. And I think this Control Line World article is going to be just real good for somebody that may be interested in this. There's another piece out of the mold. It just about as good as it gets. And I'm just going to trim off some of this extra fiberglass. And I think these will serve John's needs real well. And we'll have that article for Control Line World. And of course anybody else that's doing this size or scale of a model, we can make them a cowl in 20 minutes. I thought what I'd do, I'll just make one more. That'll give John 7 to start with. And I'm sure he can get the needle valve location and that on some of the ones that are not some of our first ones. But these last ones, I think they're pretty good. And certainly for a scale model where it's not real critical to be ultra light. And as always, it's as simple as can be. Prep up the material, mix it, and through the magic of video in 5, 6, 10 minutes, we'll have us another part. Now, if only you could carve blocks that fast. I don't even think it's a contest. Anyway, I think John's going to have enough parts now to satisfy his need. But the good news is, if he ever needs more, we can crank them out. Now, the other night when we were out, I measured out this toolbox, which doesn't fit height-wise. This has all my spare props and line reels. And what I did, I wound up getting, there's actually 2 of them here, 28 quart. This is, I think, the size Kent uses. And what I want to do is carefully take everything out of the toolbox, lay it out on a table, and then organize this. If I can fit it, these 2 tubs fit in the van perfectly. And then I can use this one to redo my toolbox for the motorcycles, which has overgrown the motorcycle toolbox that I already had. So I'm leapfrogging here just like with the vacuum cleaners. And it seems like these are the kind of things, when you get up in the morning, you don't think, gee, I think I'll organize my toolbox. And all of a sudden one day you just say, when I tried to put that in and out of the van, it just got, the way the new van is set up with the rack, very inconvenient. The tubs, they'll come out and put them right back, 1, 2, 3. Now the funny thing is, this toolbox we had for many years, and this served us well when we went to Brodax, the Nats, whatever. Because I keep all of the things in here, there's 3 layers. This was a Sears Roebuck toolbox. But the problem is, this in the Sienna, it just doesn't fit. And for instance, whenever I go to the field, there are people that want to have various props for 60s, for 40s, for 90s. And since we're going to hopefully be flying with Joe a lot, we have all of the lines and handles and various things for this and that. Spare tune pipes for every plane. Extra tune pipes for planes we haven't flown yet. Looks like I'm a nutcase, huh? You're right. That's right. And I've already organized this toolbox, so this should go. This Squadron 41 Spitfire. 2 sets of lines ready to go. But in other words, here's the extra thing for tribute. But here's the thing. Now this will make an excellent toolbox for motorcycle stuff because it's a lot bigger. And I'm going to be investing in some more tools because a bike like an R1 is a maintenance intensive thing like a stunt ship is. It requires a lot of maintenance. And I like to do as much of or all of the maintenance I can just because I'm crazy. Okay, now the trick would be, these are 28 quart containers, to do this in a methodical way that makes sense. Of course, that's easier said than done. So what I ought to do is start with one. And what would make sense to have in one? The most common things that we have in there, the lines for each plane that we fly. Each one has dedicated lines, handles are all set up. Even for planes we haven't flown in a while. Extra Spitfire handle. Extra Testarossa lines. Anything lines, handle. Our 100-foot ruler, that's a must. And every time you think you're bringing too much junk to the field, the one thing you leave home is what you need. That's a given. I always have an extra fuel pump just in case, and I have had them start leaking or something at the field, something that's annoying more than anything else. In this one, I guess it would make sense, spinners, all the things that are in plastic bags, spinners, Venturis, 500 Venturis in there, it's ridiculous. Things to adjust the handle, that would all make sense, that goes in here. Extra set of lines. What do we got here? Extra headers. All the things for adjusting the handles. Yeah, it's all going to fit real good. And the spinners. Scissors for making trim tabs at the field for various projects. Prop stuff we want to keep in a dedicated heat shield. This is going to work. This is going to work out better than I thought it would. Now, what's really nice here is because the tubs are clear, you can kind of see what you got in there. The 4-bladed props. That takes up quite a bit of the tub, in fact. The 3-bladed props. In fact, we can't use this. We're going to have to redo this. This I'll have to redo because it doesn't fit in there. All our gauges for setting the props at the field. We don't usually use a tachometer, but we have one. And I want to put in plastic bags some of the stuff like the spare tanks and wheels that we keep. Well, that just panned out. It just couldn't be nicer. We're not even going to have a problem getting this stuff in here. In fact, there may be room for some more stuff. I can put the 2 blades up on one side here. Now, I always think, and this is my own personal thing, I always think if I spend 1 minute organizing, I save 10 or 15 minutes somewhere a year from now when I'm looking for something. Another thing, by keeping things like the spinners in clear plastic bags, all my line wrap stuff, people think this is just nonsense. I have all the wheels for the Spitfire, special tanks that only go in one plane, all my little stuff, even a special tool that I made. Well, it just pays. And in the long run, one of the things I think that a lot of people miss out on is that they just don't think about it correctly. It's really important to me. Now, the garage, that'll be a great toolbox because it's a walk-around toolbox. It's got wheels. I can get rid of the little one. Maybe somebody in the club wants it, which was too heavy. When you got to pick it up, you could get a hernia picking it up. It's full of steel tools. But this worked out great, and the only thing left now is see how they fit in a van. And since it's a nice day out there, I'm going to just go make sure, because the next time we do get to go to the field and we're not busy at the shop, I want to have that stuff with me. And it's been a million times that I've gotten to the field and either John or Rich or somebody needs the most little insignificant thing. And as an example, they don't have a thing to sand their prop or balance it or check the pitch or something. In this case, the little wrench to take the wheel collars off. It can be the smallest little insignificant thing that just ruins your whole day. Of course, it can be a big thing, like when we were in Texas and Richard Oliver forgot to bring the plane. That can happen. I've done that too. Oh, I always like to put a little note on toolboxes that I loan out to people. And I've been pretty good about getting stuff back. Every once in a while somebody forgets, but I think most people return it. And I like to mark, especially in things like, as an example, when we're at Brodex and somebody needs parts, well, just go to the toolbox and get them and we'll figure it out later. And it can't hurt to have your name on these things, especially when we get to a big contest and parts are flying everywhere and people are borrowing things. Well, I think most people that don't return things, they just forget. I really don't think within our group of friends we have anybody that I would think is dishonest in some way. And I can't say that about every sport I've been involved in, that's for sure. Now, because we measured this space, I knew this was going to fit perfectly, and it does. So what happens is, and we have 2 planes, all our stuff, all the stuff we use, waxes, cleaners, towels, tools to fly the plane, all our spares, everything has fit basically, and we could still get 2 people in the van. Except I'd be nervous that if these were not airplane people like our friends that don't fly, they might put the seat back or something, I don't know. But boy, that fit in there nice. Now the last little thing I have, I've been tying a landing gear with strips of towel, and I bought some Velcro to see if that would work even better. If it doesn't, we can go right back to the towels because I know that works. And of course you can just buy this in Home Depot. It's about $2 for 5 feet, $3. Now after fooling around with the Velcro and little strips, I just felt this was a little too rough, and on a long trip it might remove some paint. I think the towels are a better choice, but we can use the Velcro for some other thing. And the only thing left to do here on our big list is transfer all the motorcycle tools into that toolbox, and that'll be relatively easy. That'll be a no-brainer, and we'll be done with that. We'll have the Windstar finally ready for a real trip to the flying field. And if the weather holds up over the weekend, we're going to have one. And now, because everything can get condensed down into this box, which is a little bit more realistic, some lucky person in our club will get a free toolbox. Usually somebody can use it. Well, it turned out to be such a nice day as a prelude to our nice weekend that I decided to do a little photo shoot. Several of my friends have not seen the new motorcycle yet. Anyway, one of the joys of going through a long winter where there's a long build involved and a lot of paint work and buffing and everything, or in the case of the motorcycle, waiting 26 years to get a new bike, well, you know what, in the end it all pays off. But what I'm trying to incorporate is, see this look in the front? These are the air scoops that go right to the engine, right by the projector beam lights. I was thinking, how can I incorporate that into the nose of a plane? Already thinking about it. That whole exhaust system is titanium. And boy, that tucks right in there by a curved radiator. There's some really high-tech stuff on this motorcycle. And I'm finally getting to where I can figure out some of the features. There's so many features on this, it's ridiculous. And I wasn't sure about those stripes in the very beginning, but you know, just to be honest, they've grown on me. And Bobby Brookins is working on getting us some of this factory paint. Look how nice that paint is. Oh, man. The one thing they do have on these bikes, the finish. The fit and the finish of the parts is just unbelievable. Now, one of the things we're going to do, because this is, I've already talked to the Yamaha dealer, and he's excited that I'm going to be doing this. These parts here, I want to make a mold, and I want to get some carbon fiber from Dick Hewitt if I can. And they do have a product now that I think may even work. I may even wait to see if Dick can get some. It's a combination weave of carbon and blue. It's got a blue dye in it, so maybe that would look pretty cool. I don't know. We're always looking for something new to, something different. And while I'm waiting for Karen to make lunch, we're going to eat at lunch outside today. Just absolutely beautiful. I'll shoot some more pictures for our friends. I thought this was cute, and we set up some pictures of Karen sitting on the motorcycle too. You can see the plane in the paintwork. I thought that was pretty cute. Anyway, not a good flying day. The wind started blowing early today, and it's just gotten worse and worse. So I just hope that's not going to prove true for the whole weekend. So you like sitting on that bike, Karen? Fun. Lunchtime. How bad is this? What are we having for lunch? Oh my God. I'll tell you, anybody that doesn't appreciate the springtime, spring has sprung, baby. Amazing. Well, we checked the weather. Tomorrow is supposed to be beautiful. It's supposed to be warm, 70 to 80. Yeah, we'll believe it when we see it, of course, though. That's the problem with this stuff. Everything is always nice the day before, but I did get the car totally loaded up today. I got all the accoutrements in there. The leaves are coming on the trees. Oh my God, is it heavenly? Summer is a heavenly time. Now tonight, this is from Ramo Bark, and we're working here late in the night because we want to get up and go flying. Joe Adamusco has confirmed he's going to be there in the morning. We have to stop at Staples and get a part for Karen's computer, but in the meantime, it'll be hard to sleep tonight between staying up late and the adrenaline starting to flow for the flying season. Anyway, these are from Ramo Bark, showing his landing gear. And this shows too how Ramo set up the rear exhaust muffler. We're going to be breaking in Elliot's engine soon, and I guess we're going to try to get it in a Spitfire. We're going to find out. Anyway, he's got the treaded tires, like the semi-scale tires. So, he has the wheel collars that the wire shows through. I like the ones that have the cap on the end, like John Brodak's making now. Those Brodak wheel collars are real nice, and they come with a little wrench. Well, Ramo's certainly, he's had issues with the wire, and we had a conversation for about an hour one night, and he couldn't really explain to me that he was getting wire in Europe, but it wasn't as strong as the wire he gets here. I really wasn't sure what he was talking about, and I can't tell from the pictures, even though that's what we're supposed to be looking at, but once you put those gear doors on, it stiffens everything up considerably, I know that. And he's used the standard, traditional Strega-esque, not sure what we should have, well, Tsunami had the same thing too, Strega. Yeah, in this photo you can see how he's vented the tank too. That's not how we do it, but that's certainly one way you could do. And the only thing I don't like about this long vent here is if it tends to vibrate, but if it doesn't vibrate, you're in like Flynn. Ramo and I will be talking again about this wire issue because I'm not sure. It's hard for me to, again, put my finger on what was happening, whether he was getting different wire than we get, or if he was just unable to get it in Europe, if it was a metric size or what. I'm not sure, but we'll be talking. Anyway, very, very nice set of landing gear from Ramo Bark in Sweden. And we always enjoy sharing with our overseas friends, even if they do use metric wire. I'm not sure. Ramo and I, it was funny. We really usually communicate very well, but I was at on the short end of the metric stick there, or what, the IQ test or something. Anyway, we were out there doing a photo shoot this afternoon, and we looking at the pictures that we got. We wanted to send a couple of them out to our friends. And what Karen did, she sent this to her brother and the kids, and she said, Wendy said I need lessons, but what can he possibly know about motorcycles? There she is on the R1. So anyway, when Rich Walbridge gets to do his photo shoot, here's a few tips for you, Rich. Get an R1 for the background. I don't know. Now there's a real photo shoot. A man, and his objects of lust. I never, whenever I don't appear in a lot of pictures, but whenever I notice how gray I'm getting, my God, I really am getting gray. That really is embarrassing. If your hair isn't gray yet, you don't know what you're missing. Anyway, between the time this photo was shot and the evening tonight, I did get to put another 125 miles on a bike, and I'll tell you, that is one spectacular piece of equipment. I mean, I love the old bike, but this is like a Ringmaster. And this is like, I don't know.
like tribute. I don't know what it is. It is a blast. It makes my blood boil. It makes me feel young again. Now if I could only dye my hair. Gray hair, Ertnowski, you totally have gray hair. That is really embarrassing. I should have put a hat on. I got to remember that in the future. A hat. See, a hat. If I knew that, I got to get a Yamaha hat. I hope Cafaro. Here's your job, Cafaro. You used to give me Ferrari hats as a token of thanks for my endless love. Find a blue matching Yamaha hat. I'm not sure. I'm not sure we're going to be able to do that. Or should we just call it a Yamaha hat? Anyway, for anybody that doesn't know, this is my project, and it's an upcoming project. These covers that basically, the mufflers are titanium, and this is some kind of, I don't know, heat-proof plastic or whatever. There's 3 or 4 parts, little parts in here that I want to ultimately make a mold for carbon fiber, and these parts, they've sold 4 of these bikes already, and one of the other guys that has one down at Motorcycle Mall already wants a set of the covers, and I said, well, they're going to be a couple of $100. Oh, I don't care. The difference between model planes and motorcycles, guys that have an R1 spend money like it's water, and anybody that's been in the control line business will tell you, try to get a guy to buy an extra paper clip, forget it. Anyway, there's another thing, this thing that it has to be in New Jersey to be legal, have this big pumpkin hanging off the end. We're going to re-engineer that somehow, but I was thinking that to make a carbon fiber part for that would be real nice, complement the back of the bike. And these little pieces, they sell these in carbon fiber for a set is like $100, and I'm thinking, it's being we have all this carbon fiber technology from the world of planes, we're going to try to use it in the near future anyway. You know, this picture is so new I don't even have the license plate on, but besides the point here, what always amazes me is you can use the technology, and one of the things about, now they probably all are, and I'm not being fair here, but the paintwork on this motorcycle is absolutely flawless. I have yet to find the tiniest defect in the paint. And just thinking how much technology from one to the other goes hand in hand. Just simply unbelievable. This might be a new logo for next year's model, the R1. And boy, would it be nice if Rich would bring out the 90 Stuka tomorrow. But I know Rich, he's afraid of the plane. Fraidy cat Rich.
Now this morning when I filled the feeder, I guess we better, I had to be realistic anyway. We had this feeder here that the little birds were making a nest in, and she kind of abandoned it. I'm not sure why. We were really careful not to disturb her, but there's no nest, no eggs, and I know they're already making nests everywhere, so she might have abandoned it. But anyway, we're starting off the day, and this is just, I have a coupon for a special Staples sale. They're having a sale at 7 o'clock in the morning. From 7 to 9, I want to go over there and save some big bucks at Staples. Since I'm a commercial customer, I get to get invited to these things. They give you a coupon. It's pretty funny what you have to do. And the sale is only from 7 to 9 in the morning. It's ridiculous. But they don't know that I get up 5 o'clock anyway, so who cares? And we're going, birds, you think you're going flying today? We're going flying, baby. That car is loaded. That Javali is cooking, baby. This is funny. I only got 98 miles on this, the new car, which I got way before the bike. And I've already got 260 on the bike. I know what's wrong with that picture. Oh, the morning sunlight is shining on Karen's porch. Oh, it looks like it's going to be a beauty. And the flowering trees of Rutherford, the sun is just coming up. There's even a nice tree by the post office. Holy mackerel. Oh, I love flowering trees. I don't know what there is about flowering trees on the way to the flying field as the sun comes up. Not many people get up early in Rutherford, but I'm one of them. Yeah, there's a few down at Dunkin' Donuts here or whatever. Yeah, it looks like there's only 2 people here so far. This is supposed to be the biggest sale around. I got a coupon. And I need the money, basically. I need Staples money. The early bird gets the worm. When they say 7 o'clock, baby, I'm already in the car at 7:03 and on the way to Joe's. Meet Joe for some flying. Hey, geese! Wow, there's a lot less geese than last year. I wonder what's going on here. No baby geese. Oh, Joe's already out here. Look at these guys. They're already here. Oh, my God. Billy's here. Joe's here. Oh, my God. Pittsburgh Steelers. Joe Adamusco. He's ready. Billy's already pitted up here. Oh, this Staples thing really killed my morning. Boy, you got, if this air isn't good enough for you.
Oh, this is a gold.
Did you get those pictures I sent you last night? Yes, with Karen riding the R1? Oh, man. Karen loves that R1, boy.
You had her up on the back of it?
No.
No?
She won't even go near it.
Oh.
I had to tie her to the thing with zip ties to get a picture. No, it's really not a tube. That's ridiculous to even have a seat in the back. I wish they would have just made it fiberglass.
Yeah, I know. If you had, you know...
There's no, that's
like
done, right, Billy?
75-pound girlfriend.
Where Billy and I, yeah, where Billy and I are, there's no passengers on motorcycles. That's history.
So what do you think about that motor being electric on that R1?
Well, let me tell you what it is. It's a Ducati. You come off in first gear. It has exactly the feel of a Ducati to 80. At 80, it changes into a 4-cylinder and has 150 horsepower.
Told you.
Unbelievable.
I told you.
You go from 80 to 100 in a nanosecond. You can't even see the digital thing change.
Yeah, it's when the harmonics of the motor.
Yeah, I got 250 miles on it.
Where'd you go?
Fast. It only took 2 hours. The thing is absolutely scary. All right, you're gonna fly now, right?
Yeah.
Okay, go get him, kid. All right, so it looks like we got a good day. Now the whole deal is Billy, of course, is a motorcycle dealer or a mechanic or an owner or whatever he is. We haven't been able to figure it out yet, but for sure. Faster! Faster! A little more, a little more. I'm trying to teach Billy how to needle this. Good. Okay, you got it. Billy has never flown a plane bigger than, we'll give him the thing on the lines, since he got here before me. This is the first flight he's ever had on a big plane, or bigger than a half-A plane. So, John Gajewski's plane, about a 30-year-old plane. This is the first time he's ever flown a big plane.
Really?
Yes, he's never flown a plane bigger than a half-A.
Okay, well.
So man, I got this as stunt history here. He's a professional motorcycle racer. Oh yeah. I got him a Cardinal too, with a motor and everything. Okay! Woo! Now look, when you see the smoke coming out of the power plant straight up, we got a day. You'll fly till you run out of gas. All right. All right, cool. They'll get used to it. You remember it was about, you know, John Gajewski's blind. That's how I got the plane back from diabetes. And he gave me all his equipment. I dispersed it, and I told him I'd make, this was his favorite plane. I made the wing and tail of this years ago. I made him the parts for it. And what happened is, he wanted to make sure it flew. He didn't want it hanging in somebody's cellar or out on eBay. And so far, Brian's had it. Billy's added his name. I did the Roadjet work on this. When we were playing with the Zetron, Kajeski had it, Brian had it. Oh, he's going to enjoy this.
Oh, but by the end of the summer, he'll be, if you handle him right, he'll
Oh,
be
yeah.
better, everything will be
Yeah.
good.
What we got to do is he's got to learn to walk the lines out. You know, you put the clips in tension.
Yeah, we talked about that before. He
Okay.
did, and I said, check them, make sure they didn't.
Yeah. He's not afraid. I was afraid he'd be a little bit afraid of it. He's not. This is fine. He won't have any trouble.
Might be a little on the fast side.
But
Be a better
well,
top to that APC thing, but,
yeah, you know what?
but that was a good one. If that was his first flight.
That's his first flight. Whoa! All right. How was that? Easy. Now we got a couple of, let Joe get the plane. We got a couple of tips for you right along the way. Number one, Billy, you always walk the lines out in tension. Because if the clips clip on you on takeoff, you lose the prop. Now also when you needle it, only needle it 1 or 2 clicks at a time. It'll never be more than 1 or 2 off. In other words, you went about a 1/4 of a turn, go click, click. Stay out on the line. You're flying with professionals. We're gonna wear you down like a nub, baby. Fantastic. I would say that's about as successful as you can get a first flight. Motor started right up. Now, don't ever do that. When you're done, come in here and walk the lines out, and walk them slow.
Yeah, like that.
Show them how you walk the lines out.
Get the lines, you know, make sure your clips, walk them out. And if you do it with a paper towel in your hand,
Do it with a paper towel with
keep
alcohol.
all the grease and goop and exhaust shit off, and run them out this way to get your twist out.
I forgot to count how many.
No, you don't have to forget it.
Not right now.
Not right now. You don't have to worry about it.
Comes and you'll be doing a pattern.
You'll be doing a pattern before the end of the
You'll
summer.
do it, and then in the pattern you'll do 2 outside loops, and they're already straight.
Do I have any potential for this?
Shit, yeah, you got potential because you want to do it. And you take
All you need is, you see this guy? He's got the same passion I have and the same passion you have. It doesn't matter if things get in the way. It matters that you want to really get over it. You're going to get over it, man. Always, first flight of the day, walk them with alcohol. That's lesson 1. Because on a half A, it won't matter. This, it'll matter. And these things are like magnets. Ask Joe. They pick up the grease, the dirt, and everything. Always when you walk it out to the handle and walk it slow, here's what will happen if you go fast. If Melinda's holding the plane for you, saying you're running out to the lines and it's 7 twists, it'll go, and you kink the lines. Walk slow with a paper towel and practice it, because if the lines get dirty, you don't notice it over the course of a day, especially in hot weather. Castor oil, what'll happen, it turns to like water, and then at the end of the day, it's getting cooler, it turns to like chain lube, like JP1 does. So you don't have any problem. Come on, smile for the camera, man.
I wish the plane was faster and a little bit more.
We can make it
agile.
faster, just change your prop, right?
Yeah.
Leave the motor the same, change your prop. Go put, where's those props I gave you?
In the truck.
Okay, get a prop
But
out.
The plane, I'm afraid to do a dead wing over because I'm afraid the plane wants to come into me.
Nah, I won't come out to you. We'll put a different prop on. Let's take that one off. I think that's the 4. Put the 5 on.
Yeah, a little bit more speed would make me a little.
Okay.
confident.
Yeah, because you're used to a plane that's going fast. See, the 60 planes go even slower than this. And Joe's plane is a 90. It never comes at you. If it comes at you, your car is going to get hit. Yeah, take that prop off. Get used to changing this stuff. I'm going to guess that's a 4. I know you got a 5 in the box that I gave you.
I don't even know.
That's fantastic.
I don't even know if I have a wrench for the nut.
Okay. We got wrenches. Don't worry about it. I know a kid that's a motorcycle mechanic. He's got every wrench in the world. Look at this. We even get hip music while we're here. These idiots, they play this hip music. Let's see what the prop says. Because I know we took... Christ, I can't even see without my glasses. 11.4. Okay, find a prop that's a 5. You should have anything that's a 4.5 or a 5. But you don't change the motor. In other words, when you're changing the needle valve on a motor, you only want to go a half a click, 1 or 2 clicks. Oh, that'll go too fast. A 6 will be too fast. Let's see if you got a 5. Boy, they got shit for taste in music. You run over and throw an opera tape in their machine. 11.4, what else you got? You got a 4.5 or a 5? Here's 11.5. Okay, put that one on.
Okay.
Make sure it's tight, of course.
Oh yeah. And the one
Another thing, see that little wrench you got there?
Yeah.
Get a bigger wrench, get an automotive wrench. You know, in your toolbox you must have a spare, even an adjustable, because they will come loose. Maybe not on this motor, but on one that's going to bump.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? The 60s bump. The bigger engines, you know what I mean by a bump, right?
Sure I do.
And hey, I'm glad you got no trouble at all.
Think I'll fit in?
Yeah. Tighten the hell out of it though. These nylon props, just tighten it to death. See, I use an automotive wrench.
That's tight. Okay.
And the trick is just get familiar with fueling a plane up. That pump I gave you work fine?
Yeah.
Okay. Get familiar with it. Don't try to get a routine going where you don't vary anything, so it's automatic. Like learning a racetrack where you don't think about the next jump or the next pass. You just it happens.
I want to build a nice plane.
Oh wait, you haven't even flown the other one that we got there, and I found your motor, by the way. We just need a rainy day to set it up.
Do they make bigger planes than this? Is that a good volume?
Joe, do they make bigger planes than that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they make bigger ones. Well, yeah, you have to make them most of the time. That's what it is.
Plane. It probably looks cool when you're doing.
Day's not over yet. But as always, just like with a new motorcycle, be careful, take your time, because from this point in the year on, in other words, if you crash in the winter, it's not a big inconvenience, but you hate to crash now. Oh, that pump's leaking. We'll put some JB Weld on that. It's leaking by the JB Weld. We'll just cover the whole thing with JB Weld down at my house Monday. Yeah, put a rag, that's good. Now, when that pump gets hard to push, it means the filters are clogged. Just reverse the filters. We'll do that while Joe's flying. You know, here's the funny thing, Joe. You hear this music? They complain about our noise. I mean, think of the irony of this.
See this? It's got a bigger filter element in it.
Yeah.
You just break it apart with your fingers. There's lint or anti-foaming agent or whatever it is in this fuel.
Yeah.
That blocks.
When you let the fuel sit over the winter, there's usually the chemicals, whatever they are.
This thing is jammed.
While Joe's flying, I'll get you a filter. I'm sure I got a spare one in the garage. But just don't pump fuel without the filter, or all that stuff goes. No, go ahead. What I'm saying, all that stuff winds up in a motor then.
Right.
That's what you don't want, and then you'll be getting lean runs and everything. See, I thought you'd be real comfortable.
Yeah, I like the flow.
I didn't think any part of this was going to be intimidating. When you were kind of nervous about it and that. I knew you'd do. You'd step up to the plate here.
I just gotta relax. I haven't flown in like a month.
Well, take it easy. You got to what, 9 o'clock?
Yeah.
Okay. And let it cool between flights a little bit, and you'll be all set. You'll be flown out by 9 o'clock, believe me. You get here at 7, by 9, you'll be tired.
Blow my hat off.
Oh, the hat, yeah.
Yeah, you got everything down tight here.
Now, when it's hot, this might be a little snippy to start, because you're not letting it cool between flights, but, well, okay. No, but I'm saying, when you're doing hot restarts, sometimes it's not a one flipper. It's dry. Just choke. Leave the battery on. Just choke it with the battery on. There you go. All right, that should do it. Is your battery fully charged, Bill?
Should be.
Okay. This is where you have all the guys that always wonder why I bring so much junk to the field. How convenient is this? I love it. There you go.
All right.
You're gonna love that, looking at that plane, man. That is, you had some good flights there.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, he's gonna do real good.
You can see it right away. So what's this other airplane you got for him?
I got Jose's plane, and I got to get permission from Elliot. I got Elliot wants to break his motor in. Guess what? I can kill 2 birds with 1 stone. And if he gouges up the motor, you know what?
What kind of
He'll have a 76.
What's Jose? What size plane we talking about? A Powdermaster?
Yeah, PM.
Okay.
Yeah. And I got 2 motors of Elliot's I got to break in this week for him, so maybe able to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. You know? Yeah, he's flying inverted okay and everything. Hey, what's not to like? You know what, Jodo? He's got the passion for doing this. I know it. I could just sense it, like Kent does, and you. And you get up in the morning, and all you want to do is get down the field, and you're thinking of the next paint job, and you're thinking of, you know, just makes you crazy. Oh, he's not gonna have any trouble. See what he knows too? You know, like a lot of guys, they would just pull full up for a loop. He knows about modulating controls already. This prop's better than the other one.
The thing is, if you're passing airplanes off to him, don't give him any turkeys. You
No,
know,
no,
really
no.
hard to fly 'em in. I mean, look,
No,
it's
Brian's
decent
got a-
because you're not gonna.
Brian's got a retread that's 80 ounces. I don't want him to be wasting his time with that. Hey, Mr. Jacobone's here. Put the flag up on Iwo Jima, baby. Hey! Where's Johnny? Oh no! There goes Johnny. Oh, we're gonna have us a day. Now, just for the record, the reason Rich gets to fly every day, Rich is totally independent. I'm semi-independent. Rich absolutely can pick his hours. He's an executive. He's an AIG executive. All right, so Billy's having himself a great day. We're trying to get his equipment sorted out for him, so he'll be fine. No, how about dancing lessons yesterday? Oh. Rich, I'm getting to be a real ladies' man just in the nick of time.
7 o'clock, you would have been flying.
I'll be here tomorrow. Whoa! All you do is back up while it's slowing down. That won't happen.
I said he was probably decorating.
Rich, my life is more than flying. It's cake decorating, dancing lessons.
Ottoman rebuilding.
Ottoman, yeah. Rebuilding the Ottoman Empire.
Oh, boy.
Come on, get your plane. Where's that 90 Stuka, you big coward? We're flying 90 planes today, no 60 planes.
Decorating device.
Why don't you give it to me? I'll put it in my museum if you don't want to fly it. What a baby. Seriously, why don't you give it to me? You're not going to fly it. You're a coward. If you were a real man, you'd suck it up and go home and get it right now. Who do you think had the rule change happen? What?
Oh, that's crap.
Oh, 18s, baby.
You can go to 14 so.
If you want, I would just fly the 18s, Joe. Mine flies great on 18s. Don't even screw with it.
He uses 015s too.
No, the new plane will fly on 015s. It's only 60 ounces.
Is it really?
Up to 64. What does yours weigh? Did you ever weigh?
66.
You lose. Take 2 ounces off.
What am I going to do? How am
Fly
I
it
going to
without
take
the gear.
How am I
Make
going
it
to take 2
retract.
ounces off?
When you land, you know what? It's coming down. Watch it. It's coming down. When the wheels touch the ground, just back up so you have tension. Just slightly. Now, if you're flying a plane like this, where it's all puffed out, you don't want that to happen.
Well, the rear wheel's broken, that's why it's better than mine.
You're doing great, man. You're on track days here. No, and it don't cost any money. You just come down. Well.
I'm ready. I just want to get one model airplane trophy and just fly it.
You will come home with something. You got to pick one fast. You're not a beginner either. That's the problem.
I'm going to do square circles now.
What do you do? Wait a minute. It's your turn to get in the order because you got two guys.
No, I'm
We'll
okay.
pick one maneuver at a time. And now, when you pull into the pits, get the alcohol, wipe the lines down.
But I'm going to do square.
Well, I was talking about this. Where did you get these valves from? You're a modular guy, you know. These people, when they do a loop, they go full up and up. No, when you come to get
That's why I was practicing.
the plane's flying good. Underneath, yeah. See the ones underneath? I had to put them I don't see the plane going up. Now the hard thing is don't touch it. Just fly it. Okay. You're going to have to re-needle it.
Yeah.
Unless you ran it. No, it'll close down. Not open.
Hello, Billy.
Welcome. Okay.
Good. Good for you.
We'll listen to it on the ground, and if in doubt, let it go a little rich for one flight. You'd rather have Great. When did you get down here? Oh, you were? Oh, they were here at 7?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. I thought he was taking dancing lessons. It's only the first run. Sometimes it gets snippy. Joe Adamusco, first flight of the day. Now I don't know yet what trim changes Joe made, but he had all the lighter hardware. I don't know if he used any of it. We'll find out. And it looks like he changed the prop. Or maybe he didn't. Maybe that's the one he had on last week. I didn't notice. Air is pretty dead. Going to be backing up a little bit here, I'm sure. Spitfire. A very sexy profile of the wing and plane. A very sexy airplane. Now what we're going to try to do with Billy is pick one maneuver at a time. He wants to try to learn triangles today. We're going to try to pick one maneuver at a time, and I'll give him my little, what I think might help him. And then we're going to see when it's his turn in the order if he can choose to do, you know, some triangles. I really have high hopes because I know he'll succeed. And obviously what's happening, and I think this is true in all of life, that when you learn one skill, and Billy's a professional motorcycle racer, motocrosser, well, you already know about what it takes to win, or what to be competitive. You know you got to get up early in the morning, you got to tough it out, you got to get dirty, you got to get greasy. When you're trying to teach somebody that part, it's difficult. When you're trying to teach them a skill, pull up or pull down, well, that's relatively easy. That's kind of the easier of the two things. And the problem is today, Billy will have to be at work at 9 o'clock. Let's see what we're doing here. He's got another hour. He'll get another couple flights. Now Joe's got this on pressure. This is the first time. And the only reason for running these on pressure is to keep the fuel stain off the nose. And to this day, I really don't understand why. It's the big props. All of the planes that turn 14 and 15-inch props that want to bleed that fuel out of the uniflow, and I don't know, really, honestly, I don't know why. I thought possibly it's the heat of the header that's, we had a theory about that's making whatever fuel is still in there on landing just blow out, but sometime it does, sometime it doesn't, so I really don't know. And I have this little quirk in my personality that if I don't know, I really don't like to pretend I know, because it just doesn't serve anybody well. It doesn't even serve me well to do that. Oh, what a day. I can see it's gonna, this early in the morning when it's this nice, it's gonna be like dying and going to heaven. And see, in the same way that I can help Billy with this this airplane thing, Billy's in a position where he can help me with the motorcycling. As a professional motorcycle racer, he can teach me things and help me with catching up on all the years I lost. And I'm not sure what else, but it doesn't matter. We're gonna have a great time no matter what we do. And I truly think he's going to be one of the real wild hogs. Whether he likes it or not, he's adopted into this eternal society. Joe Adamusco Spitfire. Oh, this is one beautiful plane, and I hope Bob Green and Rich Walbridge and Jim Varno and Gary Lutz, among others, anybody that has that love of Spitfires, they enjoy the video. Joe Adamusco, quite an accomplishment. Dedicated to the late Lindsay, who's Dave Downey's recently deceased daughter.
He sent this email to me, and he said that then he forwarded the response that he got from you. to me, you know.
Oh, my Castella?
Yeah, and then he said to me, what do you think? You didn't appreciate my email. I said,
Hey!
Oh, hey, by the way, I was able to bail 1.8 ounces out of the nose.
Oh, you'll notice that.
And I think that's pretty good right there. I don't know.
You're real close. I mean, is it?
I don't know that I want to bail anymore. Now look, what I want to do is
All right, anything you didn't use, just
okay,
throw it in my box.
What I did was, this was pretty extreme. I know that's
Okay.
only 1/10 of an ounce,
Yeah.
which is, and there's the actually what I did is I took your hub
Okay.
and I drilled it out. I was able to take 2/10 of the weight off of it.
Okay.
I cleaned off this dust flange, whatever you call that.
Right. You don't need
And I
that.
put 8 holes through here and it all. And it's just right. I got all this driving hub surface. So this is the hub off my engine. I used yours.
Okay.
And I know that the nylon one, and Wendy, it's not holding the prop on. It's just holding
No, I understand. The worst that can happen, but when it comes off, it'll go into the prop and take your head off. I'm nervous about that bolt.
Well, I say nylon bolts, they hold wings together on airplanes. I don't think that's a problem, but it's one way of bailing weight.
We're gonna find out.
find
And
out.
it's your plane, so. Why am I laughing? Not funny at all. Whenever we do these tests, I'd much prefer it's somebody else's plane.
That's why Rich, I said.
And luckily, you and I both have about 20 planes to fly.
He's a good flyer. I didn't want him taking off over my lines. You can understand.
Yeah, exactly. Juice the juice. No, that's not the problem, but it's not going to make it better. We put fuel in it, right? Don't think you can't do that either. Let me see. Where's the tube? No, I don't have it on me.
What do you need?
The tube pipe. The finger. Why is it dripping? Why is it dripping?
1019 RXP.
It started on the first. Let's see if we got something wrong. Pull the plug.
Let me get my finger perfected.
Well, if you use them, it's not a brand new engine.
Hey, get off the field. I'm yelling at the gooses.
Actually, when the motor gets a little bit worn out, I guess I have it on.
Did you pull the plug?
I pulled the plug is fine. Well, like you say, the motor has very low compression, but there you go. Leave it on, leave it on. let's get a plug. Will you take the battery off and it shuts off? We got more plugs. The plug is weak. We got more plugs.
Hey, Rich, what diameter 3 blades you running on that?
That's a 13-inch.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Full 13, or they cut down to
12 and
12
12
and a
and
half?
3/4, something like that. It's a Bali.
Don't throw it away yet.
Bali,
Yeah.
Randy Smith kind of
Yeah.
stuff. 3.5, 4 pitch.
Yeah. It works well. That's a PA61
Yeah.
that's running on that. Yeah.
Now, something I learned about that I got a PA61 is that when Randy sold me that thing, and it was back like in 97, 98, something like that. I don't know, I got the combo deal. Engine,
Yeah, with the
pipe,
header.
Hold the plane.
Yeah, the header and the pipe.
Now what we're going to try to do is get Billy to practice some triangles here, but everything can just be casual here. We got some nice air. He has a good feel for where at the last minute just to pull some, whoa! Ha! Getting a little frisky, as we all do. Oh, Brian just got here. All right, the wild hogs are in full force here, except for the Tavio, who we don't know what the deal is. We can't say on video. He's a man of mystery. So far, it's the third flight Billy had today, and I think he's getting comfortable with the plane. I'm not sure if he's ready to start doing triangles. Well, but you know what? It's always good when you're helping somebody. Don't push them. Let them learn at their own pace. And we're going to have a whole summer to fool around with this stuff. Oh, he's getting to be a daredevil. The motorcycle racer in him is coming. Hey, luckily we got more planes, just in case the inevitable.
He was there when he was reading my.
That came out of my toolbox, so.
You want me to launch it? Sure. Oh. Now, what kind of tank you have in here? Carbon fiber or sheet metal? What is it? 8 ounce?
Got an 11.4 power point if you want.
Give it to Billy, just so we got a spare if we need it. I don't know if we're gonna need it or not. Just in case we need it. It's running plenty long, isn't it? As far as I can tell. In fact, I was getting bored doing level laps after that.
No, who made you these decals?
What's our guy?
John Pothu.
John Pothu.
How come I don't know? I don't have his phone number. I wouldn't have had the problems that I have.
You didn't ask me properly.
I asked. I
If
said,
you
who
said,
who makes you?
help me out? No.
I asked you. I asked you, I said, who makes your decals?
John Coffey.
Where can I get decals for my Strega? Oh, call Ruben. He tells me.
No, you wanted Strega decals. You already had the thing on the computer. Come on, don't be a baby.
Fucking decals. They're fine.
Joe Adamusco, now he says, and I'm not happy with this at all, by the way, that he's got a nylon bolt holding the engine. Well, that scares me, but not the engine, the spinner. But, again, I guess we're not going to learn about this unless we try it. I would rather have aluminum, to be honest. Because what I can anticipate, I have had, here's what I did one time, and I thought I was cute, but didn't work. I took that quarter 28 aluminum and I drilled a hole right through the middle. It lasted a half a season, and in the middle of a flight, the spinner came off, went into the prop. I remember it taking out a chunk of the leading edge. And I remember saying, better not do that again. But School of Hard Knocks stuff. I remember it. See, that's the thing. The problem is if you do something and it fails right away, well, that's easy. But when something doesn't fail until halfway through the season, then I get nervous. Then you get into high-risk poker with, I don't know, not sure what. But boy, it sure looks like a nice day, and it sure looks like we're going to have a next couple of days. And I've got to talk to Elliot because I do have two of his motors to break in, and I could break them in the Spitfire if he'd like. It should be no problem at all. One thing about the green Spitfire makes a great, I've actually had Rich Walbridge's motor in there. I've had Gerald Shamp's motor in there, among others. A couple others that I don't remember right now. We have had good use. This is going to be 11 years of service, and it's still flying. Hey, and I just thought of something too. Billy's been carrying his stuff around in a cardboard box. Where's the box? My old toolbox that I just got rid of. I just recycled out my smaller motorcycle toolbox. I could donate that to his cause. Turn that into a modeling toolbox. What makes these first days special, in a special way, is we have really suffered through a long, cold winter. We have had the world's record for ice on a pond, disruptions to our personal life with the construction jobs, and now that it's over, waiting for the motorcycle, 2 months of waiting. Now that it's all behind us, it seems like, well, it wasn't a big deal. But it was a long winter, and watch the top of this hourglass right there. Whack! I love that. I know mine does that real well with the long tail moment arm. Richard Oliver's got a long tail moment arm playing. And Karen will be so happy. I got the Staples part for her printer at the big discount price, and she'll just love me. All that money I save, I can buy some salami for lunch. We have lunch out on our porch today. We're definitely going to enjoy this warm next couple of days.
I ain't never flown concrete before. That's beautiful.
This is the first time he bounced a landing. You know, when it gets...
He ain't gonna wear it out unless he runs it.
Well, we don't know that.
I think you should plug up the other one.
No, plug up the other one, Bill.
Yeah, plug up the other one.
Those things ain't fast broken.
No, I'm sorry, you had it right. No, you're right. I've been too long away.
I can see that. You've been
Too many
taking too many dancing lessons.
If Karen heard you say that, she'd kick you a butt. We're going to have a dance class at Brodex.
Oh boy.
Not
That's
a
all I
boy.
can say. You want to glow start it?
You run out of things. The pause it.
You want to use that?
Either one.
I could.
Now, do you prefer starting it standing up?
Start it standing?
No, stand up. We do this. There's several people who prefer to stand up. What makes you comfortable? You gotta figure out what makes you comfortable. And I'll get you my toolbox. It just happened. I got a new toolbox and I got the old one.
That's okay. Don't move. It's set. That's fine. You need another needle valve. Spray valve.
This I got. We'll do it at the shop. You got it, Brian?
I'm looking to see if I got needles.
I think you might be able to straighten this out.
Could be. Well, the worst that can happen is you got to buy a needle valve.
Well, you got to replace it.
We don't have a needle valve in the other end.
Try to straighten it a little. That's it. Good. Even if it's not perfectly straight. Yeah, it's okay.
Okay, that's why. You know what? That's why. Do we have another needle valve? Do we have one of these?
Need a spray valve.
There wasn't one in the other engine.
Need a spray valve.
All right, roll it up and we'll do this at the shop.
Get that gas fuel out of there.
Okay. Walk the line. All right, we need a needle valve. Let me go see what I got in the car. There's a K and B. Well, it can be anything.
It's not just the needle. You need a spray bar.
I need the whole assembly.
Yeah.
I'll see what. I'm sure I got one. All right, so Joe's busy putting some lightweight parts on his plane. Rich is ready to fly. Billy's got to get his truck out of here. So he got 5 flights by 9 o'clock. So I guess for a first day out, it's been a great learning experience for Billy. Now, believe me when I tell you, I know when somebody has the passion. And the skill part of it is the easy part. It's the passion. Billy was at the field when I got here this morning. He beat me here. So I know he's hot to fly. And I think by the time Brodak comes around, he will have mastered. We got to get a copy of the beginner pattern. Now don't forget, I got a toolbox for you. When I launch his plane, I want to give you money for those oil filters because I'm going to need them by next week. Put them in your truck today.
You have to go up to visit these airplanes. That's what I was just practicing. Go up and flying straight.
You're doing fine. Don't even think about it. Just fly. Flying takes care of. You'll figure it all out. Just one in a 3 days.
When you fly halfway, you can walk anywhere you want. These, it has to be a consistent.
And always have 1 foot back. So
Yes,
can
you
back
have
up.
to turn like that.
Did you think you'd get 6 flights today, or 5, or whatever you got?
I'm glad.
Melinda's gonna be thrilled. Well, I'll make a video for her. You got those pictures I took? She said she gave you those pictures? You look pretty happy there, pal.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty happy day.
This is my favorite thing.
We're right here, Von Lippy. Well, we are really fortunate to have such a nice day. Fortunate that Joe's getting his new plane flying. That nylon bolt still makes me nervous though. He showed me one of the, he's got a spare of course, he showed me one of the bolts and I'm not a believer yet. But I have had spinners come off and I really have had props come off on video. Anybody that's a subscriber maybe remembers a year or two ago. We had one come off, almost took my nose off. It was pretty scary. I was videotaping my own death. It was pretty bad. Now it's actually, and I'm going to mention this one more time. I know this is, because I think this is serious stuff. It's time for sunscreen, and I hate to get to the field and it's still chilly and put that sunscreen on, but boy, I can feel already. This is the first of the real. We started off the day with a flannel shirt, but it's already, I'm cooking here. Spitfire. Spitfire. And I really don't think Joe could be happier with the way this is turning out. This is just great. It always seems like the beginning of the season is, we only have about a month. In fact, it's less than a month that we have to be done at 9:30, but you can see, it wouldn't even matter to us. It's only 10 after 9 now, and we're just flying up. Everybody's getting flights. Just couldn't be better. I guarantee you this is one happy guy. Joe Adamushko. Okay, what Joe's doing, Bobby Crew's got a new plane, but it's rubbing in the back. And the controls are a little sticky, so yeah, if you just move the elevators, Joe, and hold the sandpaper. Is that freer now?
Somewhat.
Yeah, it can't hurt. You're not going to do anything that's going to hurt it. That's the only place that looks like it's sticking.
They curl up.
Oh, yeah?
It's definitely better because it wasn't going that far before.
The vinyl.
Yeah.
Oh. The one like Joe's. You see Joe's? They're not vinyl. Oh. They're even paper. Probably.
Yours are not considered decals. They're considered something else. But decals, you go over them with clear.
Okay, very good.
Better. Yeah, that's good.
I'll be going down to, if I'd have known you was here, I'd have, you know, I'd
Well,
have baked the
that's
cake.
okay. Well, when are you going to show up down there? What's your date?
Saturday,
Next Saturday.
not a week from today.
Okay.
Where you going, to Philly Field?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, you guys gonna do a
Flight
Philly
got a
thing
bunch
next
of
week?
field bobs.
Okay. Was that the Cal for that?
Yeah.
Right, that's nice. What's good? What's not? Why don't you have it on a plane?
Well,
Or is it just because it's new? You just don't
Yeah.
want to get it gouged up?
Yeah.
When
All
did
right.
you get this?
huh?
When did you
I
get
built it.
Oh,
Work the controls, Brian. See if they're loose on it. Because you had that thing binding up on the back.
Spitfires. Did Dave see this in real life yet? Okay. You got to paint inside those exhaust pipes black. It's running a little lean there. It looks great. Black, and not the front one, only the back 5. Bob Green's got his Spitfire coming along. Woolbridge is painting his.
Oh, I
Getting
got
all
my
the pictures
striker.
of it, right?
Almost there.
Progress.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah, I never met
He's
him.
got the passion.
yeah.
He's got the disease,
The disease is right.
especially a
There's
guy
no
that
cure. This is like
he's married. He has a busy footprint.
You want to know something? You know who called me yesterday? Barry Mays from Pennsylvania. He built a Strager for his son. He's got a Strager. He's got a road jet. He's all set. Yeah. He's Chuck Holzapper. Good guy. He had a big Yamaha. He had a touring.
Black and white.
Look at this. Check this fucking in. Holy shit! What is that?
And
I think that's one of them commuter.
I didn't figure ahead. And I ran out of checkers off
It's a weird look.
on this side.
Yeah, that is one of those things with the high wing. Okay. Flip and fly, baby.
And then on the wing,
Richard Oliver says, how do you like the 90? You want to tell him? You want your money back, right?
spelled out Portuguese. I'm almost
Right. They're going to be calling you Mr. 90. Right.
Now I wanted to get one flight for Joe with no background noise or talking because we got this incredible stupid rock and roll going on behind us. And they're working on a pool, of course, and they got some rock and roll playing, so. And I don't know if it's gonna interfere with Joe hearing the motor run, but what Joe did, he went from the 16-inch prop to a 15.5, same prop, 16.5. And I wanted him to just hear the motor run. It's running a little higher RPM now, and what I suggested he do is just take out the head gaskets that's in there and put the big prop back on, but we'll see what he likes after it lands. He's got a lot of, in the first 2 days of flying, he's got a lot of flights and a lot of tuning options now. Nose weight in and out, and a couple of props, and pretty soon the head gasket change. So it's coming along a lot quicker than mine, very quickly. Now Bobby Crew's gonna have his new plane up in the air soon. He built, I think he said he built a Strega too, but he's our local fuel dealer, the Power Master deal, and now that I'm not, thank God I'm not. Karen was getting nervous about me having 1,000 gallons of fuel in the garage. Maybe she's right. I'd rather have the Yamahas in the garage now, Yamaha and a Suzuki. Nice clean shut off. Well, I love the way mine lands. I can get mine with the tail wheel up at will. Let's see if Joe's got that down pat yet. No, he's floating, he's floating. All right, nice, nice. That'll work for the RAF. Listen to this stupid music.
Hang on, I'll get his handle.
I'll tell you, I'm gonna get some opera tapes and we're gonna blow these guys out of the water. This thing actually has a good sound system. I just didn't bring my Pavarotti tape. We're gonna out Pavarotti this guy one way or another. He doesn't know who he's dealing with. See already what's happening. The kids are coming in here to play their baseball games. But we've had it's coming up on 10. These kids don't get up. God forbid kids should get up early in the morning. Let them sleep. They need their bagel. Passionate people get up early in the morning. Bobby, what time you wake up in the morning? Early? If I call your house at 7, it's not a problem? Okay. With the 90, with that exhaust system, you're limited in how many RPM you can turn. It'll only flow that much fuel and air. On mine, I know the number with each prop. But when you exceed that in the maneuvers, it's going to detonate. Then you know you either back it out a needle or just go to a prop with a little more pitch. See, but you're not going to turn this engine at 10 grand, is what I'm saying. You don't have.
That wasn't what I wanted.
No.
I wanted to just get it, you know.
Right.
I set the needle, but if I went in too far.
Yeah, but what you need is, instead of setting a needle, leave the needle, but pitch up one of the props out at the tip, and you'll see just 2 swipes of the sandpaper, you'll have it. What do you got, 5 flights on it, Bob?
Yeah,
5? Okay. Are we looking for anything? You got the wings level or any of that?
No, it's all done.
Okay. That's what I like to hear, a man that's in command. Command of the poop deck. We're gonna find out how loud the sound system in my minivan goes very soon. I'm gonna park right where you are and point it at the swimming pool. What would be the most offensive music to young people? Opera? Well, Pavarotti, offending youngsters from coast to coast. Yeah, plane flew over here before. I didn't take the camera out, but it looked like a pretty exotic commuter plane with it was painted black with a high wing and pretty cool. Stuff's going right over the field right now, in fact. They changed all the landing patterns to Newark, so now the planes go right over our field. Almost like with a VOR at this field. Is there something sticking out the bottom of the wing, Bob, or am I seeing it?
Yeah, no, yeah.
Oh, I see it. It's the tip weight box. Okay. Just being the mechanic I am. Brian Manow, super mechanic. SM. They call him super mechanic. able to diagnose transmissions from across this block. I don't know about that yet. You need a battery?
You know, I put some Ronson in this thing.
Yeah, Ronsonize
Right
it.
over by my toolbox.
I saw this little gizmo he's got on a tip weight by. I thought something was coming out. A quart's usually enough. Yeah, since Bobby Krug has taken over the fuel business here, made my life a lot simpler and less fireproof. Karen was not happy having all that fuel in our garage. And there was a time when we had 60 cases out there. Better in his garage than mine. I didn't even notice. I didn't even notice Raul the terrorist just arrived. Scaring people from coast to coast. This is definitely the best day of the whole month. 2 or 3 more days of nice weather. I'll take whatever they give me. Take whatever the good Lord sends our way. Boy, Billy had himself, he went back to work. He had himself a day to remember. I'm sure whenever he looks up the video, he's just going to be thrilled. But I could tell he's excited about being with us. I just can sense it. And that's good.
You were asking me about Ludwig.
Because you haven't mentioned his name. I thought maybe you guys were...
I'm going to send you a couple pictures of his airplane. He worked on it for 2 years. But when you see this?
Yeah, and you made him the wing, right?
Yeah,
you gave him some parts?
Helping him out. And,
okay, cool. Yeah, can you bring him? Can you drag his ass up here one day, or be with us, or?
He's the kind of guy that the way he is with his family. Friday is his day. Only half a day.
Yeah.
Till noontime to fuck around here.
Okay.
What'd you ever do with your son-in-law with shooting?
His wife said he's not allowed to have a gun. She made a decision easy for him. We went pricing out guns, and his wife said, "You went with Whitney pricing? I'll divorce you."
She didn't need Obama to submit it.
Yeah, no. Obama will put the kibosh on guns sooner or later. The only ones that have guns are the crooks. That's why I'm glad I got a black belt in Taekwondo, just in case they outlaw Taekwondo too. But you know what's even worse? They're never going to outlaw machetes, or kitchen knives, or axes, or chainsaws, and I got all of them. And if worse comes to worse, I'll just tell Krug I need a gun for the night. When I bought the bike, the guy at the dealer, he was trying to sell me a low jack, the theft thing. I said, in my neighborhood, we don't use low jack, we use guns. He said, yeah, I understand. Roll, are you sure that has a muffler on it?
Oh, that's the, I don't know what. Well, yeah, he used to come to Middlesex, right?
Yeah. He's Raul the terrorist.
Remember that day he was flying that airplane with one wing that looked like a side? I got behind the fence.
Oh, I try to go for Peanuts Donuts when he's flying. You don't leave a plane out behind the stand. Oh yeah, when he runs out to the handle, that's worth the price of the video. He's a good guy.
He cut himself with that.
The last time he used up my whole first aid kit. Band-aids, stitches, everything. We were banded, then we had to take him to the hospital. And he started passing out because he was so damn old on blood medicine or something.
He's the reason everybody carries first aid kit.
He cost me a first aid kit. God, get him over here. I'm going to tell him I got to give him a bill. I had to go buy a $30 first aid kit.
Oh my God.
Duct paper towel, duct tape.
Oh, duct tape or whatever, I don't even know.
Yeah, that's quite a while ago now, right?
Yeah,
we were in
we were
Richfield
in
Park.
Bell Park.
Richfield Park.
We were in the other field. You never lose your sense of humor.
You ever hear anything from Bob Martin's?
No, I tried to contact him to make me some more handles and he didn't even answer the email, so I assumed he... All right.
Freddie?
Contact.
No, he had
Yeah, but he was... Yeah, I know. That's why when an old guy doesn't answer email, I think... Okay. Yeah, you were on the lean side. But as long as you recognize it right away, it'll be no problem. And what's going to happen as the weather gets hotter and hotter, what's the density today? Today it's 95. Well, when it gets to 85, you're going to be in trouble. Because you're already on the lean side of everything. So in other words, you're going to have to put more pitch in the prop, take out a head gasket. You're going to have to do something.
No, the head gasket would be fixed.
Yeah, how big is the Venturi? 215? Yeah, you could make it 215 if you got a reamer. I mean, a couple of thousand, you got plenty of gas.
Now, what if it's
We'll take the air filter off to give you an idea how it'll run. But what's going to happen, you want to know that right now you want to be too powerful. Because as it gets hot, it's going to bleed off. And by the time Rodax comes, we'll be cooking. It's been starting nice. Yeah. I didn't see anybody. What's his name? Do I know him? Okay, and he was the mayor? Well, Karen's working for a guy that's running for mayor in Secaucus right now. Actually, she's his Treasury secretary for his campaign.
Beautiful.
We get to hang out with the mucky mucks,
these big-time politicians.
His
But
daughter, Bob's daughter, used to babysit Richard.
oh yeah, cool. I'm assuming she doesn't do that anymore, right?
She's 49 years old.
She's done with that action, huh?
I don't think Richard needs a babysitter anymore.
No, no, no.
Richard's 30 years old now.
Wow. It's hard to believe, you know. That's
I think we were just saying. Yeah, his daughter's going to be 49.
Stacy's 38.
Oh, really?
Craig is 32. It just, the time just flies by. Rich Wahlberg's twins. I remember when they were born. Now they're like, I don't know, it's a couple of years old anyway.
Many of us are in the fourth quarter.
Ah, we're in the 2-minute warning. Well, I hope we make it to overtime. That's all I got to say. I would love to be in overtime.
She said, I didn't know you were into this. I said, yeah, this is my passion. What kind of bike you buy, Wendy?
Yamaha R1.
You got it? How big is that?
$998.
You got it?
I got what?
The bike.
I got 250 miles on it already.
Oh, beautiful. That's why you haven't been flying.
Billy's got to get me some oil filters.
Taking dancing lessons and screwing around with the motorbike. That's it.
Now you'll know I like the bikes when I don't show up in the morning. When I show up on the R1 and then you'll know you're in trouble. I'm working on it.
That's how you used to go to the flying field, right? With your bike.
I used to ride the bicycle to Richfield Park with a ringmaster in one hand. And I'd get to the middle of the bridge and the thing would be blowing like a storm. Put a hole in it. Have to put scotch tape on it. Down at the bottom of the hill, where this high school is now, used to be a traffic circle and a park. And you could fly right in the middle of the traffic circle. So what's new in the world of terrorism? Obama's lightening up on you guys. He may let you guys off.
Yeah, he's shutting down Guantanamo.
Yeah.
So all you guys are going to have...
And all these prisoners are going to your neighborhood, Raoul. They're going to live next door to you. Well, they make bombs and stuff. No problem. Jimmy was here last weekend.
Hey, Robert. My email buddy. How are you? How you making out? I'm good. Good.
Hey, what's all these emails that I'm not getting a copy of for Stella?
You know, we have to worry about your sensitivity.
Nah, not my sensitivity.
I started telling you. He sent you an email and you didn't like it. And he tells me, he says, you know, the only person that didn't like this email was Wendy.
I like the one that had the
Listen to me.
had the Ducati in it.
I'm not finished yet.
You are finished. Mentally, you're finished.
And I said to him, I said, what are you worrying about it? Wendy's shot.
I'm going for dance lessons.
He's shot.
I like the one with the Ducati and a Ferrari.
He liked the Yamaha.
Yeah.
He liked some of the other items
Right,
better.
exactly. But he liked the car.
So I wrote to you, should we be worried about him?
No, 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 no.
No, don't worry about him. He's just shot.
I am shot. That's true. I'm more than shot. Beyond shot.
I called it in big bold letters. Wendy, don't worry about it.
When I saw that Ducati come up on the screen, I said, Estella's buying a motorcycle. Now I know. Jacobone's got a Sportster. And with Estella's money, he could buy any bike he wants.
He can buy 6 of them.
Man, he could buy the dealership. Unbelievable. Wild hog heaven.
I got so much work to do with it, it's amazing.
Yeah, it's not only you want to find something different.
Oh no, the thing is when you sit around with nothing to do and keep eating the way you did, you turn into Raoul. Right, Raoul?
So how you doing, Raoul? I guess
So tell me the truth, Raoul. You want to fly? Are you gonna?
Tax season is over.
Yeah, you're off the hook now. Everybody's in jail because they didn't pay tax. All the government officials are in jail. Come on, are you going to entertain us? What do you got to entertain us with today?
No, I bring it's a Russian engine.
Oh, Dubjet said he doesn't want to see any Russian engines on these videos. I'm not going to be able to videotape you.
Pick up a handle.
I just flew a minute ago.
You did?
Yeah. Yeah, you weren't even watching. I was trying to impress you with a low bottom. You're up next. You're up, I'm up after you. Unless Brian's going to. No, I think Mike didn't fly yet. Mike, you ready? These guys are jumping ahead of you.
You ready to go?
Yeah, they're jumping ahead of you, Mike. Whoa, what field etiquette we have here. No, were you driving? I don't remember who was driving.
I was driving. And then,
On the way to
2
Houston.
minutes later,
The cops come by.
a trooper came by doing 100
The guy had no lights on. It was midnight. What was it, like 2 o'clock in the morning? No, not a light on a bike.
Well, we figured he was going to catch him. He never caught him.
Never caught him.
No, you know what? They taught the police and they run away. That's
run
their
away.
thrill.
Yeah.
It's just to outrun the police. Yeah.
Well, these bikes go 160 miles an hour. Mike, there's no car, no police car on earth can catch you if you don't want to slow down. If you're going to outrun them, there's no way. So I need to know, Joe, how happy are you with the Spit? Is that a nice fly off the bench plane? You see that email I sent out? Did you see that email I sent out about you flying off the bench?
Yeah, well, it literally.
It's true. Yeah, no, it's not bullshit. It's true.
There were some good designers involved.
Yeah. I was involved too. Nah, I gotta give Dave credit. That wing works, boy. That's the wing to die for. This ought to be fun. Now tell me the truth, because Dub is gonna see this video, Dub and Richard Oliver. Let me see that motor. Now that comes from Russia?
Yes.
What is this thing here for? To mount it?
No, this is for...
This is a diesel, right?
Yes.
It's a diesel.
Yes.
Oh, that's nicely made. Now that has no liner. They use the case. Is this one of the ones uses the case for a... See, I don't know anything about these. Oh, no exhaust. No tune pipe or anything? That's a nice little spinner. Look at that. That's really nice. Well, that's beautifully made. Wow, that's nice. And how much is this motor? This motor here?
750
euros?
Euro.
What is egg rolls? Egg rolls? Is that Chinese?
Euro.
What is that, Russian money or Ukrainian money?
No, it's Europe money.
Euros! Not egg rolls, it's euros. That's beautiful. Boy, I love that. Raul, listen, I just bought a new Yamaha motorcycle. The workmanship on it, the paint is unbelievable. It's better than if I did it. Unbelievable. This is a beautiful piece of equipment. You gonna fly this now, or you gonna what? What's going on?
I have a problem in here.
What's the problem?
Leaking in here.
Oh, around the head? It's a diesel, all right?
Yes. No screw, no nothing.
Wow.
No
Oh,
screw.
Yeah, I see it. Now, what do? You take that out when you...
It's a special tool to take it out.
And how do you keep your finger from getting in a... Oh, I see what it is.
It's a tool. Go.
Okay, and you take it out. Right, okay. Very cool. Now, what is there, a contest next week? A speed contest?
Yes,
or next week in Philly?
No, in Middlesex.
Middlesex, okay. So just remember that the European currency is egg rolls now, no euros. Rodak Legacy. This is Mike Costella's. I sent a copy of that video last week to Ken Enya. He was highly offended that we were laughing at him. I said it's in good humor.
We didn't laugh at that.
Nah, hey, look, if the guy's ashamed of his name, just call himself Ken, no problem. I'm not ashamed of my name.
I sent him pictures of the plane thinking I'd get a discount because I got his name plastered all over the...
Where's Ken Enya? Where?
Oh, it says Enya Super Sport on it.
Ah,
That didn't buy me anything.
He didn't give you a discount?
Discount.
Oh,
But
man.
it was a good deal.
A good deal. Mike, if it was up to me, I'd rip that out and put a Rojet in this afternoon. Decals and all. I'd put a Rojet decal right over Ken Enya's name here. So what were you having? Fuel, the bubbles in the fuel you were working on last week? Because I left early last week.
It was working fine.
I had to go to dancing lessons, you know.
Last week I was having issues with too much line tension down low and
Oh, okay.
not enough up above.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
I swept the lead outs forward, that's fixed, better. I took some rudder throw out, I took some engine throw out. It was just pulling me off my feet. I can't do maneuvers if I'm concentrating on remaining standing upright, if you know what I mean.
With this plane?
Yeah.
You gotta be kidding me.
Pulling me off my feet. Not as bad as tradition, but
Wow.
pretty bad.
I thought you were a lot stronger.
No, I'm not. I have a weak back.
Well, you know, you could get, in your income bracket, you could get one of those home gyms where the girl comes and shows you how to do the exercises every morning, the girl in the bikini. She gives you the push-up lessons and stuff.
And we put the tip weight in.
Yeah,
remember?
yeah, you were doing tip weight while I was still here.
And the tip weight helped. Now
Okay.
now it's dropping a little bit.
Okay, so you got a little bit too much.
And
Now you got to fly 018s on that, or it's more than 64 ounces?
65 ounces.
Oh, you just missed it. 64 and you could fly 015s.
Well, so what? These are 18s. So that's,
Well, no, I mean,
if
that...
I'm flying a plane, it feels like something's going to break.
Oh, then stick with the 18s. Yeah, until you get it squared away. You smell that fuel, Brian? I could smell it over here. No blood. He actually started the motor without cutting himself. Oh, you smell that fuel, Rich? Wow. This is going almost as fast as Jacobone's Strega. It's a diesel. Oh my God, that smell is awful. Oh. Raul, they don't call you the diesel man. Oh, if you knew what this smells like, it's unbelievable. Whew. Get out a set of checkers. We could play checkers on the bottom of the Legacy. Now this is the essence of being a wild hog.
Wendy, you like jackets with fringe on it?
Nope. Don't wear any loose shirts around me. No jewelry. The only thing you're allowed to wear is a Ferrari watch.
Oh, I don't mean fun.
What pitch prop is
At least finally they got something beside whatever music they had this morning. Oh my God, was it bad. We got to get our opera tapes. I got to figure out how I can blow that system. Go over there and blow the fuse or something. Nice nose section. Now Mike did this pretty similar to a ballerina. He has a nice ballerina in his Air Force. Really beautiful too. Lots of video of his ballerina in the past years. I think he got some awards at VSC for... Mike, didn't you get some award at VSC with the ballerina? Okay.
It's almost fixed, by the way.
You gonna fly it this year?
That's questionable. If I get it all put back together again before I run out of dry air for the the paint.
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, well you better get cooking. You got about another month before it gets humid.
Well, I think I might be able to get it done.
what was wrong with the pasta and the balls and that kind of work and some pork roast and something like that?
We are truly in wild hog heaven today. We got all the boys in the hood here.
You gave it away, and it's deteriorating.
You think someone's going to get it?
No way. Because right now, the Chinese own our market. They're holding the market.
Well, if you have it. When it trim it properly where you know where approximately where the seat
Well, was he looking for the wing being level now?
well, if he straightens it out, we can help
Said he had bubbles in the fuel.
Oh, bubbles, yeah.
Put some,
Oh, that's murder with a 4-stroke. Then you don't know what the hell it is. Yeah, Ken Enya. And he didn't give him a discount, even though he's Mike Estella, the king of the wild hogs. Wealthiest man in Bergen County.
working for us.
Yeah, nothing wrong with this. What's he crying about?
Well, so everything basically
He said it was pulling his arm off too. I don't know what that was all about. No, I know he's. Yeah, here we go. Now it's running crappy. No, now it's okay.
got a plastic tank in it.
Yeah, plastic tank syndrome. Have fun fixing that.
Slow it down a little, you think?
Yeah, yeah. Hey, tell him what George Aldrich said when we used to call George Aldrich every day. George used to tell Jacobone that Windy is crazy with those 4-strokes. He went nuts.
You know, Windy claims that these are the four-strokers that they should be using. I told that damn Windy that those 4-strokers are good, and he doesn't want to listen. I tell you, he used to go ballistic.
Oh yeah, and he'd call me up and tell me, you don't know about motors. 4-strokes have too many moving parts.
The only way to run is with high nitro. If you got a monocode, you're okay. But
Yeah, with our finish, forget it.
You might as well melt through a bucket of.
Hey Rich, there is not a 4-stroke in the world that can turn that prop that's on Joe's plane. And I know, because I had a 91 4-stroke, and it didn't turn a 16-inch prop. Yeah, 16. Now I got 2 of these. These are from my mold. They're undercambered, so it takes a lot of power to turn them. And needless to say, make sure the prop is tight when you flip this.
Okay.
Now, I was thinking, I stopped fooling with these because I was running out of time. We're gonna have to cut them down to 15 maybe or something, but right now, if you want to cut it down, be my guest, because I got a mold. I can make another one.
Is it a full 16?
There's 2. I got 1 cut down already. This is the only one I have at the field right now.
Well,
Try it. Hey, for one flight, if it's too rich, fly level. But it takes a lot. This is 2 16-inch props. You definitely.
Even though they're thin and they're narrow.
Means nothing. Means nothing.
What pitch is that? approximately.
Whatever it
Whatever
was in the
came out
mold,
of
yeah. Because I pitched up one of Doran's props, then I made the mold and I undercambered it and added an inch to each blade. So in essence, it's a 16-inch Doran prop.
All right, so I know what you mean. Well, all right, so if I'm going to try this, I had to try it with the head gasket in there.
No, take the head gasket out before you even try it.
Okay.
And
I'll know right away. Even when
yeah, and if it doesn't work, what it means is you got to cut it down.
Yeah, and I'm not sure that that's what I want to do. But.
Check that it's balanced. I may have picked up a stone or something. It's pretty well balanced if it's in my toolbox, but check it anyway.
Now the other prop I have, I've got and it's a rev up. It's a 16.6.
Too much pitch.
But
it's going to be a rocket ship.
Be a rocket ship.
Yep.
All right.
I put a 5 on and it was a rocket ship.
Okay. So
because don't forget that motor just has way too. If you put it on a 60 and you have too much prop, it won't turn it.
Right.
Problem is, you put too much prop on this, it turns it.
It still turns it.
It's an overdrive all the time.
In other words, yours are better than what Doran
No,
made?
I have the mold to make this prop. What I do is I shim the mold so the prop's a little thicker, then I can pitch it.
Okay.
But then I made the mold for the 16, hold them together so you can see the difference in diameter. And if you don't think that's a big diameter, that's night and day.
Yeah.
So if we had time, if you have a dedicated day, we could do it on an Ovanta. We could start cutting it. You know what I'm saying? And then you don't have to be changing your spinner out all the time.
I just want to try it.
Yeah, be my guest.
It may not be for a while.
We got plenty of 90 development time under our belt, and with more gonna come.
That's why I come to you.
As soon as I pull my Spitfire out, there'll be a day very soon that Spitfire's coming off the wall.
That'll be cool.
We get done with all this playing over here. These play days are wearing me down. But boy, are we enjoying it. We cry the blues, but you don't see us leaving, do you?
I don't know why you wouldn't let your buddies take a chance.
A very small amount of oil that this 90 puts out.
You don't get any on a plane, do you?
Well, not much on a plane, but I mean, even how's your lines even going to pick it?
Check that out. Oh, wow. Cool. Awesome. What year is this?
56.
56? Wow. Man, I got 2 Ferraris. I know what this is worth.
My father had one.
Yeah, nice.
And a 67 GT.
Wow, that's nice. Oh my God. You did all the work, or?
I had people doing stuff and I did some stuff, yeah.
That's sweet, huh? Whoa. Nice day for it too.
Oh yeah.
Wow, that's beautiful. Beautiful.
Windy?
I'm the guy with the Ferraris. Ferrari boy. That is sweet. Man, I'm jealous. Nice. My name's Windy, by the way.
Windy. Lou.
How are you, Lou?
Lou.
Wow. You said you got the right color too. See, it's got to be red.
Oh yeah, it was a deeper red.
Did they come this color when they were new? Did it come? No, right? Really?
It was more of a blood red, you know.
Oh my God.
But it wasn't not nearly obnoxious enough for me. So.
Yeah.
So
Well,
these actual Porsche red. This is what they.
Here's the thing: if you don't pick up chicks with this, you know it's you. It ain't the car. You go to the cruise nights and stuff with this.
Yeah, of course. I go down.
Yeah.
Down to,
Whiskey Cafe.
Whiskey, yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, I had one in high school, a hardtop. I had a 62
Beautiful.
hardtop.
Man. Yeah, but today's a convertible day, baby.
Yeah. Well,
Oh man, my wife would be envious.
and it's good on gas.
Yeah, well, I don't
38
care.
miles to the
I don't
gallon.
care if it gets 1 mile to the gallon. I'll buy gas.
I know.
That is sweet, baby. You made my day. Look who's coming in here now. Oh my God. Let's go check it out.
My first bike.
Really? Wow, beauty.
My life.
I love the paint. Beautiful. Wowee, that's nice. And oh wait.
Oh wait, brand new.
Yeah, the Yamaha's the same color. I just got it last week. I only got 2 rides on it so far.
I got 250 miles on it.
That's what I got on mine.
Something like that.
Nice. There's a
257.
Yeah, you got the same, almost the same digital stuff on there that I got. Took me a whole day to figure out how to set all these features and the shift light intensity and everything.
Beautiful.
Sweet.
I'm still breaking it in slowly.
Yeah, 600 miles on a Suzuki?
Yeah.
Nice. Oh, everybody's out. Spring is sprung on the East Coast. Everybody's out. Yeah, it's cut down. When the motor is new, you know, when it's got low time, I don't like to put a full 14 on it. Get 10 flights, gallon of fuel, half a gallon. Then I put the full 14 and it'll come right in.
Now watch how difficult it's going to be for him to start the engine.
On a new motor.
He still hasn't learned to start an engine.
Oh, listen to Crybaby. Where's my 90s Stuka? It should be in my museum. Actually, that's where it belongs, Rich. You're not a proper caretaker at that point.
Dub, if you see this video, you'll see that he still hasn't learned to start an engine.
He knows you're
Someday we're going to have to sit him down and teach him how to start an
a rat.
engine.
He knows you're a rat, Rich. He knows that Stuka belongs right up there with Al Ray's Tiger Cat to keep him company. Why would you want to keep a plane like that in your cellar when you're never going to fly it? What's the point?
How tough would it be to cut into it when the controls come out the other way? No, seriously.
Let me tell you something.
All right.
If he goes home and gets it now, tomorrow morning I'll be flying it the right way. Think I'm kidding, huh? And just remember, everybody that challenges me to something like this the next day is flying.
Well, you can always take his airplane off and flip over.
I just cut the lead outs and spread them through, put a hatch in the bottom. You should know more than anybody how quick I can cut the lead outs out of a plane and walk a fly off thing and cut them out. You ready? Now what are these actually? Vinyl letters? These are not decals, they're vinyl.
They're vinyl.
Oh,
And you
man.
put clear on them, look. But did you repaint this plane?
Yeah, of course you
Why didn't
did.
you mask them and paint them? How can I get that kind of...
Ah, look at this. Look at this. You want to be famous?
Do you want to be famous?
I want to be famous.
What do
You take my picture, I'll take yours.
Okay. The weather is, and
It doesn't get any better than this.
yeah, I want to hear that. I wanna
Rich,
hear
Rich,
it.
Rich is the leader of this group. Give him a minute to get his thoughts together. He's our hero. He's the one responsible for getting us
my
the field.
plane away, or do
No,
you
you
want...
can hold the
No, hold the plane. I'll interview you too, Rich.
I'm going to hold the mic.
Well, I guess you should put the camera there, right?
Let me see where the sun is. The sun has to be behind me.
Sun is where I am. There you go, Rich.
So,
How's that?
Come on, give us a good
you
interview.
can come a little closer.
How's that?
Hold on a second. Level this. I wish I wasn't working today, but at least I'm getting some. You can come closer, actually. Closer.
Closer.
First
Closer
of
to
all-
you.
Yes. First of all, what is your name?
My name is Richard.
Richard, and your last name?
You want my last name too? Are you ready?
I'm ready.
It's G-I-A
G-I-A
C-O
C-O
B-O
B-O
N-E.
N-E.
It's Jacobone.
Okay, and you're from Palisades Park.
I live in Palisades Park.
Okay. Now, oh, microphone would be helpful.
Come on, Samantha.
Okay, so just stay still, don't move. I'm gonna come to you. So tell me, this weather, we haven't had weather like this season. What did you think when you woke up this morning?
I thought it was simply stunt heaven. We call it stunt heaven because we fly precision aerobatics. And when we have weather like this, it's perfect for our planes and to be outdoors and to enjoy our passion, which is flying these model airplanes. These are control line model airplanes, and of course, we are actually attached to them. They fly on small diameter cables, and of course, we do precision maneuvers.
I didn't know that they were attached to a cable. So you guys, do you do this every weekend?
We do it when the weather is good.
Here in Overpack Park?
Well, unfortunately, we don't have a designated flying site yet. We have been promised by the county, the officials, that eventually they plan on building us a permanent flying site. We were of the assumption that this was going to happen now that they're finishing up the park where it was at one time a refuge dump. But we were told that it's not going to come to pass. So eventually we're hoping to have a permanent site behind ShopRite. Of course, when we have a permanent site, we won't have to be here.
Right.
This is only a temporary site because, as you can see, this is a parking lot.
Yeah, when it's
The
full.
swimming pool.
Right.
This is a swimming pool parking lot.
Yeah.
When the pool opens up, we're going to be out of here.
Yeah. Wonderful. So, this is great. I'm so glad I ran into you.
Well,
let me, I want to get some more footage, but this is my card.
Thank you.
Call me. We could do a story about this, especially
Sure.
when the pool opens, where you're going to be, you know.
We're going to be homeless when
Yeah,
the pool
exactly,
opens.
exactly.
Samantha,
So
this is my card. I make videos for a living.
you do.
So I have 1,000 master videos of these flying.
So I'm going to put my plane away,
Here's
Samantha.
Oh, wait, I want to get it. I want to get it. Yours done flying it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we're done for today, but you're welcome back any morning. We start at 7. Yep.
And on Saturdays?
Usually we'll be here tomorrow if the weather is good.
Listen to this idiot. This guy is a terrorist. His name is Raul the terrorist. He's known coast to coast because he got arrested for flying his plane in the schoolyard. That's his claim to fame.
No, don't put that on.
Take his fuel, dump it. I put glow fuel in there so we don't have to smell this very much.
I can't even see it. It's going so fast.
Now, what he's flying is a certain class of speed. As a result, he's not doing any maneuvers. Maneuvers that we normally do. It's a precision aerobatic.
Is Mike going to fly again? Where's Mike?
He said he was going to
Tell him to take another flight.
Yeah, he is. Mike is going to fly.
Yeah, this is kind of boring. You want to see the aerobatics, Samantha.
And this is
This is like taking a picture of grass growing. You want to see some action, you got to see Jacobone fly.
Yeah. Yeah, well, there was, we had about 6 planes out about an hour ago. Most of us have been here since 7:30.
Well, this is good to know. I'm glad that
So an absolutely great day ended. We had some real interesting things, met some new people. Possibly we're going to be on television, or Jacobone's going to be on television, I don't know. Raul the terrorist didn't cut his finger off. Got to see some cool collector cars. A couple of bikes stopped by. It was a great day. And we even have this year that you can buy drinks and snacks when the baseball people are here, and pretzels and things. A nice little thing. The boat people were supposed to be here today, but I don't see any of them. Maybe they're up here. Usually they have one of their little opening day for the boats. I don't see them here though. They usually come as a group. And now it's a sad thing. I think it's sad, but they've had this thing about cutting down the geese population, and unfortunately I've only seen a few geese and no babies at all this year, so I don't know where that's going. But we're headed back home. It's hard to get better than this. This was a great, really nice day. Hope you enjoyed sharing it with us. So they're out in full force today. I never saw this before. That's pretty neat. Not sure what that's all about.
There it is, dumb, or like munchkin, so smart. Once you're with the wizard, no one thinks you're
Some kind of little car show, little tuner show going on there. Seems like the whole world is bringing out their toys. Motorcycles, cars, convertibles, classic cars, model planes. The whole world is coming alive. Look at that tree. Look at that tree. Wow. Beautiful flowering trees of Rutherford. I'm remembering that day we were driving through here, and right over there was that. The first day this year, I see people with the roof down, among other things. That's very cool. Motorcycles are out, the convertibles are out. Wow. What a special day this turned out to be. And I think the only thing left for me is to get home and get a ride on the R1 before lunch. Nah, I have to eat lunch. I guess not everybody's having a good time today. The beautiful, soon-to-be fully canopied streets of Rutherford. Now look at this tree up here. It's only this way for about a month a year. Look at this tree. One of the really nice ones. As we come down our canopied street to our own little private place in the universe. And boy, when I come home here, it's like coming home to heaven. Karen has really made us a special place in the universe. And I'm sure we're going to have lunch out on a deck very soon. Somebody told me you were out riding my motorcycle this morning.
Actually, I was.
Which one were you riding?
I rode the old one.
Oh, good girl. You want to eat out on a porch or the deck?
Yes.
Oh, it's like heaven. We're going to be on television tonight. Jacobone did an interview with, but we don't get it on our Comcast. We got to get it on the other network. If it's going to be live TV. They took an interview with Jacobone. I got to see it. And now it's time to start using our porch. After all these many, many months of digging and painting up on ladders with 1/4-inch brushes, it's time to start harvesting the fruits of our labor. And I think we're going to do that. Now the plan is, this afternoon actually, tonight, we're going to head up to Billy's for a cookout. Having a cookout for Billy and Melinda. So that should be a lot of fun. We have never been to his house. We've never seen his motorcycles. And tonight we'll get to see his little collection of toys. Well, when I got home, I had some time to work on this, and I came up with a great little thing. I had bought some Velcro, and what I did, I put the Velcro, first off, on the bottom of the big toolbox so it doesn't slide around, and then Velcro on the second layer of toolboxes. So what it does, it gives me all 4 of the toolboxes in a nice, accessible place. I had them up front, and that didn't work. That was annoying. And just put the least little bit, 2 little postage stamps of Velcro on there. And I don't think they move at all. They're real good, in fact. That was a nice little tip, and I had the Velcro. I had it for another reason, and I haven't figured out how to get these landing gear attached a little easier, some little bungee cords or something. Whoop, that's coming. That's one of the next things for me to work on. Yes, stay in the shade, Gracie. Don't bother coming out into the sun. We'll feed you, don't worry. She's got plenty of food. Anything falls out of the bird feeder, she cleans it up. Yes, Bruce Hunt loves you. Don't worry. These doves are so friendly. You almost could touch them. Now, in today's mail, Bob Green sent me a whole another package of this S-Class with a little definition of what it is. It's used in aerospace and for high-end surfboards. 30% stronger, 15% stiffer. Used for high performance surf and sailboats to provide greater strength and less weight than Eagle Ass. Anyway, we've made some of Brodex cowls out of this. It looks like good material, and I know, Bob, you're going to enjoy the video, my friend. You're going to be wanting to get that Spitfire cooking, I know that. And thank you very much. We will be sending you some videos, of course. Now, in today's mail, this came from Dub. And this is, of course, an official jet shirt. And the purpose of it is when you fly tribute. And, of course, an official jet shirt when you fly to Testarossa. And an official jet shirt when you fly to Spitfire. Now, you can get these shirts from Dub Jet. Just give him a call. They come in all sizes. and just tell them that you're the color of your plane, and you'll be an official. I'm not sure what. They are beautiful shirts, though, and we'll actually go wear one tomorrow. They really look nice. Thank you very much, Dub.
It's stupid to be mad about the boy. I'm so ashamed of it, but must admit the sleepless nights I've had about the boy. On the silver screen, he melts my foolish heart in every single scene. Although I'm quite aware that here and there are traces of the